This is a massive Samsung Odyssey Neo G9 57-inch ultra-wide monitor. This is equivalent of two 32-inch 4K monitors side by side with no bezels in the middle. It's an IPS display. It has a nice curvature and it is 240 Hz refresh rate. It is an insanely powerful monitor in terms of the resolution, and it's the biggest one I've ever seen. So I'm excited to unbox this, and it's going to be way bigger than my desk can handle. It's gonna hang over the desk, that's fine. I have an old monitor arm that's too weak to handle this monitor, so we're not gonna use it. We're just gonna use this monitor on the included stand. So let's go ahead and unbox it. I'm probably going to put the box on the table to unbox, and we'll see how that goes. So as you see, the monitor is now on the table. It's massive, it's about 30 pounds. It's not heavy, it's just awkward because it's so long. All right, let's go ahead and open this box. I'm super excited to see this monitor in person. I've never seen this monitor in person before. I couldn't imagine how big it is. You tell me it's equal to two 32 inches monitor. I could imagine, but then I can't because this is unreal. This is unreal. This monitor is huge. It's massive. All right, so we have some pieces here. I don't even know what this is. So we have like a ring. Oh, it's probably for the back of the monitor. And then we have the stand here. Okay, so everything should be labeled. All right, so let's take this out right here. Wow, that's a big stand. Pull this out, pull this side out. Okay, this is the stand. It's massive. It's almost as big as my desk. All right, then we have this piece. I guess these are for the back of the monitor. Wow, it's massive components. We have some wires here. Yep, some cables, some power cables. So we'll look at that later. We have the installation guide. So here's all the components to it. We have that ring there. We have the base. We have 4 bolts on this side and 2 bolts on this side. And this is gonna attach to the monitor, and then this is like a cover, I think. So not too complicated for this big monitor. So here's the leg right here. This one is the one that has a 4 bolt. Okay, there's 2 bolts here. Wow, it's nice, smooth plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. Oh, but the back is plastic too, but the inside is metal. Okay, but it looks nice. The white looks really nice. Wow. So here is the component. Oh, wow. This is a very strong bearing. And it says warning all over it. Let me just make sure I understand the instructions here. So number 1 is easy. Unpack the box. Number 2 is take out everything. So we're gonna clear out everything. Wow. Number 3, you have to connect the cables first. And then number 4 here, you're gonna kind of wrap the cables together and then put the cover over it. And then number 5 is just don't do this, but do this. See, the metal needs to be underneath the monitor. It needs to be underneath the monitor. Okay, that's the important thing. So this metal right here, this little tab, when you slide it in, it needs to be underneath the monitor, not on top. So underneath, this is what's gonna hold the monitor. Okay, very important. Right, so again, slide that little tab underneath the monitor, not on top. It has to be underneath. That mistake can cause the monitor to drop, right? And then there's some bolts to attach. Again, make sure that's underneath before you attach the bolts. That's what they keep telling us, right? And then lastly, you attach the base to it. So it's very easy to install. And then the final step is put the cover on here. And then number 9 is you take the monitor out of the box and you put it onto your desk. Okay, that's it. All right, so carry the monitor underneath like this, not touching the screen and not carrying it upside down like that. And make sure the monitor is complete on the desk. Don't wedge it. Watch out for it going up and down and crashing things. Okay, all right, I think I got it. This is not too many steps, but we have to make sure we do it right. Take out all this, and then we're gonna take out everything. And take this out too. And we're gonna take out this shield. See, this is the cover here. Wow, that's a nice cover. Oh, it's glossy. It's thin and light plastic, but it's glossy to match the aesthetic back in the monitor, of course. All right. Whoa. All right, that side up. So that's the top of the monitor. Wow, look at the depth of the monitor. So that curvature is pretty insane. If you look at the depth of the monitor, it's that deep. That means the curvature is like that. That's pretty crazy. All right, so take a look at the monitor. Wow, okay. We connect the cables to it here. We connect our HDMI. We have HDMI 1, that's 120 hertz. We have HDMI 2, HDMI 3, and DisplayPort. Service USB, 2 more USBs here, another USB there, and audio port because this monitor does not have speaker. You got your power cable right there. All right. Oh wow, what's this? Oh no, some damage on the plastic already. Well, I guess this is minor cosmetic, so I don't mind too much. Maybe it's just extra plastic. Ah, yes, this extra plastic. We'll take that off. All right, I think we're good. Remember, we have to slide the monitor arm in here before we attach the screw. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's get the cables in. So here are our cables. We're just gonna connect all the cables because we don't know what cables we're ultimately going to use, so it's better to just go ahead and connect all the cables because it's in the back, it's harder to access. All right, so here, this one is the Samsung cable. This one looks like the DisplayPort cable. Boom, solid DisplayPort cable right there. The side with the tape towards the monitor. This one onto DisplayPort right here. Wow. Solid connection. Okay, this cable over here, this one is going to be the HDMI. Wow, ultra high speed HDMI. So I wonder if this is HDMI 2.1 because it might have to be to handle 120 hertz. We're gonna connect this to HDMI 1 right here, HDMI 1. Boom, solid. All right, let's get another cable here. They only gave us one HDMI cable. Oh, we're gonna need another one later then. Oh, we actually can use one HDMI and one DisplayPort. That's enough to drive 2 4K to the monitor. Or we can have one strong computer to drive a DisplayPort that powers both sides, which is dual 4K. But we'll see. We're just gonna connect the cables right now. The technicalities, we're gonna learn if our computer can handle it or not. Definitely having this monitor is going to push the limits of my computer. I'm honestly afraid my computer cannot handle it. This one is the USB. I'm gonna connect it to here, not for the service, for the data. So I'm gonna connect the USB in there. And then the last cable we have here is the power cable. So they gave us all 4 cables and we're gonna connect all 4 cables right now. The last cable is the power cable and the power cable is gonna go right here and we should be good. Push that up and that's a solid connection. All right, so now the cables are going to route together. Ah, see, now I know why they want us to install the cables because there's all this routing right here and it would be hard to install it once the monitor is on the stand. I will say that these are very beefy cables and I like that the thickness of the cables are just solid thicknesses. All right, so we got the cables right here and it's a very clean setup, right? Because all the cables come out right here and that looks very clean. And then we have our cover shield here. Now I will say I wish this cover shield is a little bit stronger because it feels a little bit flimsy, but it should be fine because it's not holding any weight. It's just a shield, right? And then that's gonna allow the cables to come out from above there. So it looks pretty nice. It looks nice. I like it. It does look very nice. That's why you want to put the cables in first. And then we're gonna go ahead and attach this down here. So it looks like these clips are just gonna go into the monitor. There's all these places for the clips to go in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got right here 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So all these things are going to be where the little shield here hooks on. Lines in. Yep, snaps in place. That's good. This one snap in place. That's good. All right, and this side, snapping in, and then this side. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, make sure that it all snaps in. Very satisfying. Okay. Oh, solid. Okay, so now that's snapped in. It looks so clean. It looks so clean. All right, so we got the cables in. Now we put the arm. Again, very, very important, right? We have to tuck underneath. Arm has to tuck underneath that. Oh, the screws are attached here. That's why there's a little tape here. So the screws are already pre-attached. Nice. All right, so make sure we don't lose the screws. There's 2 there, and there's 2 on this side. So that's all 4 screws. So we will need a Phillip head to complete this installation. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in first, and again, that tab needs to be underneath here. So it's gotta go underneath. Is it go underneath the plastic? Let me see. I'm actually surprised it goes underneath that plastic. I would expect it to be underneath some metal, but it's only plastic right there. It's only plastic holding this. So that's a little bit concerning because this monitor is very big. and this thing is gonna bear the weight. Oh, well, it's only gonna bear it a little bit because the bearing of the weight will be the 4 screws. This plastic there, it just provides extra support. So this is not weight bearing, as long as you put the screws on correctly. Okay. Oh, and we need to take out the warning labels. Sure, why not? Let's take out the warning labels here, because we already understand the warning label. Take that out. Okay, so now we can slide this underneath. Yep. And then we can bolt this up. So get a Phillips screwdriver and bolt this up. All right, so we got the Phillips head screwdriver right here. And we're gonna go ahead and attach these screws here. And we're gonna go do a star pattern to make sure we tighten these screws really well, because they are going to be bearing a lot of load for us, because it's gonna handle the weight of the monitor. So yep, it's tightening up. So we're gonna do this one, not tight yet. And we're gonna go over here, cross pattern, and get this one on this side. Oh wow, there's gonna be lights coming out of here because this one is translucent. I think there's an LED back there. Nice. Samsung monitors always have the RGB backlight. Looks really cool. Now some people say it's not bright enough to make a difference, but I like it. It's a little bit of an ambient light. All right, now we get that a little bit snugged up, and we'll go back here and make sure we wiggle it a little bit, get everything lined up, and tighten this. There we go. Attaching the 4 screws to the monitor right here. All right, tighten that up right there. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna get this last bolt on this side over here. Yep. Right here, get this last bolt on this side. Yep, see that angle? Get 4 of the bolts. And I think that's looking pretty good. Now we can tighten this up. Yep, snug it up. Go over here. And now we're gonna snug up the first bolt here. Snug up that. Cross over here. And we're gonna snug up this one. Yep, and last one over here. Snug up right there. All right, and then we got the last couple of screws is when the leg gets on top of this. So this piece right here is huge. So this one right here is going to go this way. Ah, the screws are already attached right here. So you see there is a release direction and there's a lock direction. So you can turn this up to thumb tighten it to begin the threading. Thumb tighten it, and then we'll start this one too. This one's a little bit tighter. I'm gonna loosen this a little bit. Start to use a screwdriver here, and we'll finally snug this one up, and everything's good. All right, that's it. Our monitor is now attached. What I don't understand is why I have this piece, and I also have this piece. Oh, so if you don't use this arm, this one will go there, install it there, and then this will be your VESA mount. This is for VESA mount, so we're not using this. But very important to have if you want to attach it to an ergonomic arm, which is actually highly recommended. So I might look into getting that if I decide to use this monitor long term. So this one is just these 2 pieces that's gonna come together, that pushes together. So this is more for aesthetic. So very tricky, right? You put it in, and then you're gonna turn up. This side turn up and that side turn down to lock it in place. I really don't feel like I want to install this, but just for completeness sake of the installation, let's just go ahead and install it. Because this one is just for aesthetic and it's more likely gonna cause me a problem. But there we go, slide it in, and now we're gonna turn it up like that. Oh, it's easy, it's easy. And open it, it's down here, take it out, push up like that, and it's locked in. Okay, it's in, good. That's it, our monitor is now installed. You're gonna need 2 people to carefully lift this monitor out. Watch out for those cables. One person lifts the monitor out, the other person pulls out the box. Do not push against the screen. Hold on top of the screen and hold on bottom of the screen and place it on the table and plug it in. We are done. All right, so that's pretty much it. So basically, you got 2 person that's gonna take this out. And yeah, oh wait, hang on, I think I can do it. Maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this box down to the ground first, and then I'll lift it up. So the monitor is on the ground now. I'm gonna lift up and kick this box out of the way, flip the monitor around, and put it on this table. 30 pounds, this is why we work out. Wow. All right, let's get this monitor up in place. Wow, this thing is a sheer monster of a display. Yeah, watch those cables. Whoa, that's a huge. All right, watch those cables. Yeah, those cables are very important to tug away. All right, we're gonna slide this onto the desk. Wow, I was not prepared for a monitor this big. This is massive, massive display. Wow, and the curvature is beautiful. All right, let's get this all the way in to the edge there. Wow, okay. Well, there's a display. It's very glossy right now because of this cover. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this cover and hopefully it won't be glossy. So a lot of people always complain about this because when you take off the cover, you want to carefully not leave any plastic. So be careful because if you rip the plastic, it will get stuck inside the monitor. So I'm going to carefully pull this out right here. And you see, it's a nice matte finish. Some people don't like the matte finish, but I love the matte finish. Right here, you want to lift up as you go. You don't want to tear and leave any plastic underneath. But yeah, this thing is beautiful. This is a 57-inch ultra-wide IPS screen with 240 Hz refresh. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. And that curvature is looking so yummy, so nice. All right, there we go. Make sure we don't get any plastic stuck underneath the monitor. So far, so good. This is the biggest monitor I've ever unwrapped. Yes, this is crazy. Ultra-wide here. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Okay, this is where the monitor, this is where the wrap might get stuck. Carefully take out the wrap right there. And yeah, so not glossy at all, right? Matte finish. Now, a lot of people say they like the glossiness because it's more clear. I would say I prefer the matte because it has less glare on the light. See, no glare. That's what I like. And especially because I have a window in this room, I like it without glare. And then we have the final wrap down here. And that should be it for this unboxing right here. Oh yeah, remove that. And well, there we have it. The monitor is unboxed. So, Samsung, you have arrived home. Is it your permanent home? I don't know yet, but I think I'm in love. It's very beautiful. So there we go. The G9 57-inch ultra-wide monitor by Samsung. It's a beast and it was quite easy to unbox, but it's probably good to have two people because it's a very awkward size. Not too heavy, but just awkward size. But there we go. 57-inch G9 Samsung. Oh yeah.